Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, everyone who's shown up early before we've even got this match started. I'm once again Unchanged, the resident caster here for the Vasti org. I'm not alone tonight, though. I am joined by, hesitantly call him friend and former teammate, Lucio One Trick Man Kuba, who's going to be my co-caster for tonight as we get underway soon with the Voidwalkers match against the Calf.
I am not a Lucio One Trick. This is just false. This is that's false.
Is it?
I have to. The allegations are not true. That's all I have to tell you.
Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. But this is coming from a man who's currently not on a roster. So,
There's things are in the works. In the works, some would say.
okay. Again, I'll believe it. It should be an interesting match, though. I believe I'm just going to have a quick check about who the CAF played recently. I believe they played one of the other Vasi rosters not that long ago. No, I'm going crazy. That was not the CAF. Oh, that's right. I saw them on Bullskunk's stream. They when he did the broadcast for their match against Iliad Athena. Okay. Both teams 2-1 in this season so far. Definitely an interesting start to the season. Voidwalkers' only loss so far, though, is to Aurora Noctis, who are pretty much undisputably one of the stronger teams. I'd say most people, a lot of people have them as their literal number one. I don't think there's anyone I've seen do power rankings that has them outside of the top four, maybe five at a push. So that being Voidwalker's only loss so far, they'll be pretty happy about that, and they'll be hoping that they can continue their current 2-game winning streak, push that to 3 against the CAF. But they're looking pretty strong themselves, having beaten UTK Orange and Iliad Athena both quite convincingly. They did have a tough match against Normal, but other than that, they've been looking pretty strong this season as well. So two strong teams. I wish I could remember more about the match that I watched them play against Iliad, but it went so fast. It being a 3-0 series that I literally caught like the very end of the last map of Bullskunk's stream because I was also doing another one of our Vasti broadcasts. But I'm excited to see what these teams get up to. We're just waiting for the lineups to be finalized. I can actually quickly show what the hero bands and map are. As I pull up that screen, it's Genji banned by the CAF, and Voidwalkers opting to ban out the Orisa coming into this first map, which they have picked by the CAF was Oasis. You have anything to say, Kuba, or am I just going to keep talking to myself?
I don't have much to say. I'm just waiting for the match to start. I want to see some gameplay. I want to see some guys fight. Get some very good team fights. That's what I'm waiting. That's what I'm waiting for. That that's all I'm here for. That's
Okay.
the bread and butter of Overwatch. Some would say.
Some would. Looks like the teams are getting in the lobby now. So it shouldn't be too long before we get this match underway. I will say, generally speaking, we try not to take too much away from how a control map goes. Not always telltale signs. We've seen a lot of teams go up 1-0 in a series and then immediately drop the next 3 maps on the bounce. So we will try to hold ourselves calm before we take anything too heady away from the first map. But yeah, Oasis and a Genji ban from the CAF. I mean, that feels like that's very much targeted at Fusions, who from last season's esoteric roster is now on the Voidwalkers. Our impromptu team captain, as he was our contact to get the new roster on the team. And yeah, him being the flex DPS player, that ban definitely feels targeted. And then Voidwalkers, I'm going to assume they've done some sort of scouting themselves to have watched some of the CAF's previous matches to know to pull out the Orisa ban, but also just a generally strong hero on this map, particularly on as I'll load us into the game. The first point that we start on, which is indeed University. That's the name. I'm always terrible at remembering the specific names of all of these objectives on these control maps. But fortunately, I've had enough practice on Oasis in particular, as I think this has been the first map of the last 3, maybe even the last 4 matches that we've had on the broadcast.
I could never remember the sub maps of any point, except Ilios. Because I'm a Lucio player, so I know the well.
Not being the one trick accusations there.
You know what? That's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about these teams. Well, we got CAF playing with Tracer, Bap, Lucio, Sojin, Ram coming up to the bottom of the point.
Yeah, I'm always worried when I see a team rotating through the low ground on University. I feel like high ground generally gives you so much more potential control. But I guess feeling safer up there, as we see.
Voidwalkers start. Hazard's pretty weak so far. Or shield after coming up top side. Coming up there. They did flip map as soon as they got to the point though, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it was certainly a walk straight through that low ground. No team really having true dominance or assertiveness in this fight, but it is Voidwalkers that get that first cap, which could prove pivotal if they're able to just keep stalling it out for a long drawn-out fight here.
CAF might be looking to flip it, but I don't think Voidwalkers will let that happen. Oh, there's a fight in the corridor in the bottom. Their Hazard's very weak from Voidwalkers. What is it? First gets the pick onto Fusion from the CAF. Another pick from CAF. The Lucio.
Yeah, first on the Tracer, getting very good value here.
Yeah, now they're just trying to clean up.
Yeah,
but, Voidwalkers has a really good ult economy, at least from their Kiriko, 84% on that. But
yeah.
Other sports from CAF, 80% on the Lucio and the Baptiste. See that early window come up, maybe from them.
You'd expect to see that, but having a Kitsune Rush nearly online at a faster tempo than Baptiste window, that's some good farming from Ghostin in there. Surely they'll be looking to try and engage with that Kitsune Rush soon, and there we go. And TP in, and immediately the Kitsune Rush.
And the window from the other team, window from Voidwalkers. I've got the beat from Voidwalkers, or from CAF. Sorry, wrong team. They do clean up that fight after that. Both supporters come out from the CAF. There was a Kitsune Rush that was put into fight by Ghosted from Voidwalkers. Seems to have done nothing, even though opened up the fight from the beginning.
Yeah, and now
immediately comes out from the CAF. The Voidwalkers Hazard ults back, picking off 2 here. Pulse bomb from Voidwalkers. And then they're just cleaning up the fight. That was very clean.
Yeah, much better. Good use of the ult economy there. Immediately shutting down Lobby, who had popped the overclock, was big into that fight. Denied a huge chunk of the damage that the CAF were looking to engage with there. And then their team comp kind of just fell apart once that damage was out of the fight. Botto will now be looking to do much better with theirs.
Yeah. Voidwalkers just immediately pop the OC and the beat, trying to look to go fast, and it works out pretty well for them. The ult combination for Cap wasn't really that strong there, so they really couldn't fight back against that, and they just got a clean fight there. Nobody goes down for Voidwalkers.
Yeah, I wonder if that
was
was.
Point.
I wonder if that was directly commed to go for the dry fight. They're now coming in with 2 ults of their own and only a Kitsune rush to answer it from the Voidwalkers.
Might be a ram with that. Oh, another Kitsune rush and fusion on the backline of Calf. First, then gets a pick. Two players of the Calf get two picks, and then Voidwalkers. Unfortunately, Lucio goes down for them. Yeah. We have to fight here from Calf, trying to pick off the rest of the Voidwalkers. They do get the flip though.
Yeah, and the swap from the bull, or swap onto the bull from Aldo is going to be the retouch. They feel like they're already getting close to last fight territory here, it would appear. Fusion's going to have to try and see if he can make a play with this pulse bomb, but already getting harassed out by First, the enemy Tracer, means coming into this next fight is going to be pretty hard for that engagement.
I think Lucio from Calf, I try to farm this beat up, but they do have the point advantage. Voidwalkers does have to flip here. The beat does come out from that, and this might just be a cleanup. 4v5 right now. 4v3 for the side of Calf. 5v3. They just clean up the map. They did have the ult advantage, and they did have the better team comp because the Voidwalkers tank did swap over the ball, and it was kind of a panic pick because they didn't want to immediately lose the point, and just like threw away the last fight.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. It felt like you just said, like a bit of an early swap from Aldo onto the ball. I don't know if it's a hero that they often play, or if that was like somewhat of a desperation pick. And if it was, it came out a bit early. You'd feel like Hazard would have been good enough to have still got a retouch with how much percentage was left. So it felt like there was a little bit of nerve.
They're gonna play a lot better though. Some TVs from both sides. Look at this fight from the top side immediately. Voidwalkers does come out first. Both fluxes come out from the rims. Mantras. Both forms gets forced. Trying to get an early advantage here.
Boto just for a moment looked away from the front line to check if there was anyone rotating his backline, and that just let Risky push forward with like no pressure on them. Lobby didn't look away for a second from Aldo and just kept pummeling damage into them, and from there Calf just able to walk it down straight through the choke, straight down the gut of the enemy team and rip them apart.
The ult advantage from Calf is a lot better here. Looking at like 60, much of 60 is 70 on the overclock. However, on Voidwalkers, only 50% on beat, which is pretty high, but everything else is pretty low. Might be an early fight for Calf, trying to shut down Voidwalkers with like a window or OC.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how quickly they can build it coming into this fight. Lobby has to be careful though, does have Fusions and Plutonic trying to look onto the backline to harass them. For you, taking out the Immortality Field of Ghostin means they can take them down, also take down Aldo. And then the rest of the Calf here together, just cleaning up the rest of the kills. And last one left is Boto, who gets an exit frag onto Navilia, but does die in the end. And 60% on the Cap. Looks like the Calf feeling pretty confident here and didn't have to invest any of their ults in that last fight.
Yeah, the Calf's coming up on 5 ultimates here. They have a lot to play with. The ult coming up on 80%. Might be a last fight territory.
Yeah, if they can win it convincingly,
yeah,
if they can draw the fight out long or win it.
Pulse bomb from Voidwalker's fusion doesn't hit anything.
The OC and the window from
Lucio. Oh,
yeah, first
one connects to Lucio.
Yeah,
and then they just clean wipe. They went from Calf, not using every single ultimate except Ram, and just a clean map from them. 100 to 0.
Yeah, that was about as dominant of a second point performance as you could expect to see.
Oh.
Watch for this play of the game, which is from Risky. This is during that first fight of the second point where, as I said, he was just able to apply more pressure onto Aldo, force him back, and then just continue to run down the rest of the Voidwalkers roster. And I'll be hoping to learn from that one as we progress in to the next map. Hopefully doesn't go the same way, but like I said, we don't want to take too much from what happens in the first match, or the first map. Control doesn't always go the same way that everything else does, and now it is Voidwalkers who get the map picks, and they're opting to take us to Watchpoint Gibraltar. Yeah.
Maybe a dive band coming out of here, like a Winston or a Diva.
See, Diva coming in as the first ban, but due to the fact that I cannot remember what the order of bans are, I'm not sure which
ban comes from the losing team. I think that's Voidwalkers. Voidwalkers ban. Pretty sure.
But yeah, you'd expect that. I mean, they did kind of just get absolutely dominated on the Brawl mirror in that first map, so they're looking to try and pull something a little bit different out here as we progress on to a map like Watchpoint Gibraltar. And to me that makes sense. That's, you know, when a map goes the way that one just did, you want to take a bit of a mental reset, play some slightly different comps, and then bring it back after. So yeah, you were correct. They did ban the Diva, but the ban coming out from the Kafe is a Lucio ban.
So interesting.
Diva ban from Voidwalkers and a Lucio ban from the Kafe. Very.
This Lucio ban is definitely something on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Yeah, no Lucio on the I guess they must be much more confident in playing. I'm going to expect either a Brigitte or a Lifeweaver based comp, unless they're a double flex team potentially.
Maybe.
But given that they have a traditional main support player who was just on the Lucio, I would then presume that if they are, like I said, your traditional main support, that it will be a Brig or a Lifeweaver backline comp. But we will have to wait and see as we get into the map, looking at the lovely daytime Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Looking like a from Cav, you have an Ana Kiriko coming out, so not the typical Brigitte coming out from them for the defense with a hazard.
Yeah, they rocked the double flex support comp, so that's why the Lucio ban came out. Yes.
Still don't know the second support for Voidwalkers though.
I'm gonna anticipate it's an Ana or Kiri, I would imagine. From Ghostin, who is for anyone watching, that is Shark Candy on the flex support for the Voidwalkers. And
Juno. Oh, Juno. Here.
There we go. They were just trying to fool us.
Something. They wanted to do something there.
Yeah.
Usually the dive comes out from the Risky on the Calf.
Yeah, and
something happens here.
There was attempt to hit the nade onto.
Super aggressive here. Yeah, Calf goes super deep here with the Haz and the Kiriko. Looks like the Ana is able to survive the dive from the Winston from Aldo. Maybe this might happen more than once here.
Yeah, it certainly seems like their plan is to have a 3-2 split. So you've got Lobby and Navilia on the Ana Sojourn backline locked together, and then Risky kind of bouncing between, but then Poryu and First on the Kiri Tracer, kind of their own.
Yana did have to drop here from the Calf. Might go down here. Does go down here. Alex gets a kill onto the Nvidia, Ana. There's a trade going out. Yeah, it is a 4v4 right now. However, the spawn of Voidwalkers is right here, so.
Yeah, and you've also got the fact that that was a tracer for an Ana,
And
so
Ana.
Fusion's back way faster. Nvidia just coming back now, but not really set up in necessarily a favorable position for the Ana, and a huge nade hit from Ghostin, but Nvidia pushes back in themselves and actually manages to get the kill. It's traded by Aldo. Risky did find Boto, and Poor You, with the help of First and Lobby, able to burn through Aldo's HP, and once again, it is the Calf on the retake.
A lot of card push, though, out of Voidwalkers. It was pushing pretty far. See how the Calf respond to this. Voidwalkers might just send their Tracer every fight to the cart.
Well, it's going to be hard to do that with a Kitsune Rush already aimed at Ghostin, so First able to track them down, get that first kill. Aldo's going to be forced to jump back to his spawn, and Fusions has been poked out a bit here. Recall forces them into a dangerous position, and Risky takes them down. Aldo looks to try and trade it, does get the primal, gets caught in the hazard ult though, and Boto does trade for Poor You and then pop the High Noon for the reload, trying to deal with First, get some help, but the Tracer able to escape to safety, and once again it is only one support that the Calf lose, and I'll be pretty happy about that so far.
Bull Spawn comes out from First mid-fight there. This is though. I mean, Tracer won't be one on the cart for some cart positions. There comes out from the Cav onto the hazard. Some damage might come out here. No, he just drops into the cart, doesn't do anything. However, the OC from Lobby comes out. Maybe tries to find a pick or two. Or nothing comes out from that either.
Yeah, two ults invested, no kills, but Risky just with the standard engage, able to take down Ghostin once again. Now looking to try and put some pressure on Aldo. Poor You able to take down Boto with a nice kunai shot. Once again,
Pulse Spawn comes out from Fusion, doesn't connect onto Lobby.
Yeah, the Chaos fight won once more by the Calf. So even there's some situations where it looks like Voidwalkers are about to get the win in the fight. They've burnt through a bunch of resources, and still somehow the Calf able to find ways to win out here.
10 seconds.
Interesting. How I think the Tracer might touch from the low ground, trying to get some point pressure here. Pressure here. Let's see what happens. Oh,
no one's seen that.
Forget the car.
Yeah, they just didn't go.
They looked a little lost there. I saw Fusion going onto the Mega, trying to go towards the high ground where they first TP'd. However, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, I don't know. There felt like a slight lack of coordination in general there. The aggression was all from the Calf. They were just able to apparently have like their Hazard, Kiri, Tracer, getting that first engage onto the backline, taking down Ghostin and Boto pretty much first in every single fight, and that just didn't allow Voidwalkers to get themselves set up and get a good, clean engage that they were hoping for in any of those fights. And so even when they did take down Nvidia that one time, it didn't end up really mattering.
No, Voidwalkers and defense look very confused. A Baptiste, an Ashe, and a Hazard. Trying to mirror the Hazard success that Calf had, but a Baptiste, and we do not know what the second support might be here, coming out of Voidwalkers.
Yeah, I'm going to assume...
Brig Bab, Lifeweaver.
I'm going to assume that on the BAP is because they feel more confident on that, but Plutonic late pick on the Kiriko isn't a scrim, so you don't get to TP straight out.
The Reinhardt TP coming out from Calf straight onto the high ground.
Yeah, heavy.
This is a Lucio would have been very, very nice here from Calf. However, it has been banned by them.
I think they're fine with that. They're happy. I think they feel the TPs are enough for them to close the space and take ground away from the Voidwalkers, which they seem to be doing so far. I mean, Voidwalkers pretty much all backed up. They've given up the the entirety of blue boxes here.
They have so much space away. What? How will they fight back up against this? The cart halfway to making it already. Looks like Tracer from Voidwalkers trying to get some pressure here from the back line. However, who is pushing the cart from Kafe? The point is stagnant. Nothing's really happening here.
They're perfectly fine with that though, because they're winning the fight. Poor you taking down Ghostin, Risky, and First as well in on that backline, and Aldo was the only one to survive that fight, and now they've got 3 on cart, getting dangerously close to getting the cap. The wall comes out, does block Aldo, who then gets knocked just far enough away from the cart to not be able to deny the cap. I would say mild Charlie Niner, and once again the Kafe taking that map and doing so once again very convincingly and very quickly.
Yeah. I'm very surprised from the comp that Kafe ran on both sides. They opted for the Sim TV to immediately have pressure on the high ground and push back the other team. And on defense, they banned Lucio, which is a unique ban for Gibraltar, and they decided to go with a Kiriana play, maybe because they're more comfortable on that character, or who knows. However, it does work out in their favor.
I mean, they certainly seemed pretty confident in what they were running. And yeah, they held very strong defensively. Their 3-2 split with the Hazard able to kind of jump between either of those kind of to the DPS support splits that he had. Certainly worked there. And then the attack, they just, I don't know if they caught Voidwalkers off guard, not expecting the Brawl TP comp, but it just never looked like Voidwalkers were able to take that space back, and then the aggression from the enemy team in the end from the Kafe was enough to just take that away from them.
Well, let's move on to the next map. It looks like has been selected by Voidwalkers again. It is Junkertown, not Junkertown, sorry. New Junk City. It's a Flashpoint map. Nobody really likes the other junk style map. And first ban coming up from Voidwalkers, it is a Tracer ban, and now the returning vote from Kafe waiting on standby.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't. So the reason there's a bit of delay normally, we wait. I normally get notified by one of our teams. This is a good thing about broadcasting teams from an org that you are partnered with and working with. I get them to ping me with what the bans are, because the Faceit system doesn't show you the second ban until everyone is in the lobby. But can confirm it is a Tracer ban from the Voidwalkers roster, and then a ban of the Ramatra coming out from the Kafe. Make sure I get myself in lobby, don't miss the invite. And then I'll throw you over the screen so you can get confirmation of bans. And confirmation of that map, as you said, New Junk City. So Flashpoint, a Brawl favored map you would say, but no Ramatra online. We are going to be a little bit delayed loading into the next map. There's been an immediate disconnect from Risky, the tank of Kafe. So currently match is paused while we wait for them to reconnect and get back in the lobby. But yeah, no Ramatra on a map where I would say he is most certainly the dominant pick. But banning out the Tracer as well Fusions, I would imagine, will be looking looking to potentially play the Genji, or I know he can play some of the hit scans as well, so maybe just hoping to not have to deal with the harassment of the Tracer so that they can play a slightly slower potential double hit scan type comp could be a possibility.
I'm definitely more interested about the tank player though, because there's a lot of options when you can't play Mirachas. You have the play the Orisa, or you could play the Junker Queen for the for New Junk City. How would that feel? That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, in one of the previous matchups we got to watch, I believe it was Project Villain against Velocity. Project Villain even ran out with the Mauga on this map. I believe we have seen pretty much every time. I've seen Ramatra, I have seen Orisa, I have seen Junker Queen, and I have seen Mauga in matches already this season on this map. So yeah, just because Ramatra's banned doesn't mean there aren't tanks that teams feel are equally as viable on this map available.
We'll see this. We'll see this immediately when Addo from Voidwalkers looks to Malga. Well, he hasn't walked out of spawn yet, but the classic Orisa though from Calf. This key. But there is a Mercy involved on Voidwalkers, which
I would
I
expect,
hope is fake.
Yeah,
However,
I don't think Shark Candy is going to be pulling out the Mercy on this map.
you never know. You never know. SimTPs from both teams comes out. Does opt to the Moira instead of the Mercy though. So yeah, this favors them. They are playing also Mauga. Mauga was very dominant not too long ago. However, see how he faces into the Orisa here.
Yeah, he's certainly much more of a balanced hero now. We do have the Genji mirror, and it's first
The Genji
winning that.
That was a fast duel out of them though. The cap coming out from Calf. However, Voidwalkers is missing one, missing two right now. Missing three. Can't really respond to them capping off that early pick that first got on the opposing Genji.
Yeah, and they're gonna lose Botto late as well. A nice push in towards the spawn from the Calf shuts down that re-engage, and they know they're in a 4v5 for a little bit, so they're happy to take a bit more of a pokey long fight. But they're definitely heavily ahead on the ult economy here.
Those brawl works out for them. Mauga's already super low. 1 HP, had the pop a cardiac. First Genji is pretty low now. A lot of cooldowns coming out from Voidwalkers. The slam comes out from Addo. Oh, the immortality comes out. However, it dies immediately and takes out Lobby on Cassidy.
Yeah, tried to pop the Noon for that little bit of extra sustain as well, but was just immediately burnt down. Got caught out in somewhat no man's land there for a moment, but once again...
There's a beat engage coming out from Calf, immediately responding on their other teammate getting killed here, and it's a wipe. It's a clean sweep from them. Oto does get away though. Maybe his hands should have been a little bit not clean with maybe some red paint. Maybe getting a pick there, but fortunately he doesn't.
No, it does have the overclock online. They lost that first objective though, so they're gonna have to look to take the second one here.
I think the Sojourn very favors this point a lot more. There's a lot more open space here. I'd like to see them take over the right side, this high ground. Maybe give their Sojourn a little bit more space to get a pick with this OC, with this overclock. Maybe they immediately back up. There's a DPS battle going in the back.
Yeah, there was a window immediately popped from Navilia, which denied to space. Now the Terror Surge comes out from Risky to pull them all in. Plutonic did get the beat off in time, and now Fusions with the Blade after all the support cooldowns had been invested, so able to burn through, helping them clean up the kills, and they take down Risky as well, and they hadn't even let the capture go yet, so It is actually, this time, going to be Voidwalkers that take the ascension on this objective.
Well, because Oto died so early the fight before, he does have the OC here. I want to see how he uses it. There's not a beat from the opposing team. However, there is a Blade. Oh, Blade comes out. Kills the Lucio immediately. Looks for another one. Kills the Kiriko. Another one. Kills the Sojourn. Looking for his fourth. But it's stolen from his team. Unlucky. Very nice Blade. He went in there. He was 1 HP popping that Blade. Almost was a Blade Jacks.
Yeah, that was some confidence from first. I guess the new nerf Blade making him feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge 3k to open that fight up for them, and it's certainly easy to win fights when one of your DPS can pretty much solo get 3 kills for you.
Yeah. Alright, the OC is still alive. The OC is used. Risky goes down from Kafe, the tank player. 4 more players though. Live. Lobby goes down. However, the BAP kills the soldier with the OC. The Lamb comes out from them. He gets 2. This fight might get switched here. The Lucio does die. It's a 1v2 here from First. First might kill his opposing Genji. He does. It's a 1v1 here. Otto versus First. First doing everything he can to try to win this point. However, Otto has to back up because the 2 first picks were on the opposing team. And Kafe are now here to take back the point. Both tied about 71% here. With a 4v4 commencing. Terror Surge comes out from Otto on Voidwalkers. However, Lobby does get the pick onto Ghost in here. The Castiel coming out from Lobby as well does not find anything. The Baptiste Lamp comes out and does not save him. Risky does find 2. Finds the 3rd one, maybe. Trying to save his team this point. Does I guess that is a power duo there instead. Risky and First setting up that fight for their team.
Yeah, doing really well there to just draw that fight out as long as they could and just keep eking away the picks. They, you know, went from a 5v4 to 4v4, 3v4 back to a 3v3. They just did not give up in the end and able to get Risky back in the fight and win with that power duel, like you said, even after Lobby dropped in the middle of the noon.
I do want to look at this ult economy though, because Kafe does have, coming up from that 3rd point, does have 3 ults. The Terror Surge, the window does come out though. Now with the Blade and the Terror Surge, 3 ultimates comes out from Kafe, and it looks like it's gonna be a clean sweep from them. Yeah, the ult pressure from the Terror Surge window and Blade. Decimate. Voidwalkers here. Looking to get the scraps now from Voidwalkers, trying to kill the rest of the team off. However, all have respawned now, and Kafe are trying to make their way back to the point where they belong. The Blade comes out from Fusion, gets 1. Platonic does get 1 as well. Or there's a loser trade onto the Sojourn.
Yeah,
and
Fusion's won that fight though, got his big Blade for the map, able to hold out and get the capture online once again, giving up exactly 50% before
I do have to do
got the retake.
I'm gonna do a quick investigation. Does he have the Nerf Blade?
I don't think he does. Looking at it,
He doesn't, no.
no. So I couldn't see because he wouldn't stop firing, but immediately Aldo dropping first in this fight means Fusion's gonna try and harass the backline on his own, but he gets taken out with First, who peels to help. So now, once again, it is the Kafe able to get the cap here.
Point being tied here, 60 to 52%, not too far away. First, looking to get a pick onto this Kiriko, the Susu comes out. This 1v1 looks tough. First is getting no help. He might get this pick out of him. What is... First goes into the backline, gets 1. Looking for the next trade here, or next pick here. Pulls out the Blade for last fight here. Will he get another one? Doesn't look like that. Point is being touched by Plutonic with the beat. Will he use it here in Ajax? No.
Doesn't even get the opportunity. Happen. Already killed and no one else able to touch. And in the end, pretty convincing, clean 3-0 sweep once more. And the CAF not just winning the map 3-0, but winning the entire series 3-0. So, coming back off of a defeat in the second week, they won 2 matches on the bounce by 3 maps to 0. So, they're looking pretty happy with how the rest of this season has been going for them. And as for Voidwalkers, racking up their second defeat on the season, unfortunately, does pull them even on the record, and they'll have to kind of go back to the drawing board and see what they can do to kind of try and bounce back in their next match. Some big plays from both sides, though, nonetheless. Even though Voidwalkers did lose, we did see some good plays from Fusions and Aldo. Botto got some nice overclocks to open some of those fights up. Even if they weren't the one in the kill feed, you could see the chunk damage coming out from those overclock right clicks to burst the opponents down. So good plays in the end there.
However, first on the Genji, last map was in the backline, doing anything he wanted. There was nothing you could do to this man to stop him.
Yeah, it just seemed truly confident and dominant, winning out in the end as well. And yeah, just got slightly more consistent value on the Genji and with the blades. I'm going to say Nerf gun diff for sure. But yeah, not at all the way the Voidwalkers would have been hoping for that match to go, but should be some good material for them to VOD. You know, it is said that you learn more from defeat, and taking a hard defeat like that will certainly give them a lot to learn from. But still a good match overall. I mean, they felt pretty good going into it, and they're still growing and developing as a team, as a new roster this season. So I'm sure they will continue to develop and hopefully continue to win some more matches as the season progresses. That is going to be it for us tonight, though. No rundown of matches because this was the only match tonight. We went. You can look at one of our previous VODs. We do have a YouTube channel as well, Vivacity_esports, where all of the VODs are getting uploaded as soon as we can get them kind of rendered and on there. I do a rundown at the end of most regular match days of all the other games that have gone on for that day, so you can check that out over there. But for tonight, that was the only game. We do have one coming up on Sunday, I believe. We have our Open Division roster Vulcans with the last match of this week. And then we will be looking ahead on our standard Faceit match days once I remember to check the schedules again. We will have some more matches from other teams across the org in the coming weeks. So do drop us a follow. Keep an eye out for the next time we go live. But from me and Kuba tonight, that's going to be it. If you have any closing words to say, I'm going to try and find us someone to raid.
Amazing match from CAF, honestly. A lot of mistakes from both teams. However, CAF did capitalize on mistakes. That's most of the game. There are capitalizing mistakes that are made.
And our good friend of the channel, fellow community broadcast co-streamer, Bullskunk is live, so I'm gonna get a raid started for him. Everyone hop on. He is currently watching Normal against EXN Archelon, so two pretty strong teams. Normal, the only team this season so far to have beaten the CAF, who we just watched, and EXN Archelon, again, another team pretty high up in most people's power rankings. So that's another expert division match underway. So I will be sending you raiders over there very, very shortly. But yes, thank you everyone that did join us. The CAF proving strong, overpowering our Voidwalkers roster tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, do drop us a follow. Keep an eye out for the next time we go live with another match from the Vivacity org. And do enjoy watching the rest of the stream with Bullskunk.